What's up, guys? We are about to jump into a subject that I've gotten a lot of questions about, and it's actually not too hard. So I've tried to make it as easy as possible to show you how to make this just a 4-hour process, and then you're done for a really, really long time. All right, so we're going to jump into hiring a photographer/editor. And I mention editor because if you don't have a budget for a photographer, which ranges between $50 to $300 if you want to get someone really high-end, then just go out with a friend, and I'll show you how to do that. But if you go out with a friend, then you just need an editor. The theme here is it's a numbers game. So what you want to do is take 1,000 pictures, pick 3 or 5, and you're done for a really, really long time. Seriously, I have photos that I've been using for the last 3 or 5 years, and I know Jesse has as well. So once you do this once, you're done for a really, really long time. I would say that on average, I add maybe 1 photo per year to my arsenal of really good shots. So I decided to make this really easy for you guys, and we made a copy paste that you can send to a photographer or, again, an editor if you don't have a budget for a photographer. So I'm going to run through exactly what that looks like. And again, we did this because we love you and we wanted to make it really easy. All right, so I'm going to jump into exactly what that looks like. But before I do that, let me give you a quick example of what taking 1,000 photos looks like. So this is a shot that we put together. We actually had to ask a friend to come over and take some really ridiculous shots, hoping that one of them would be a winner. And we took probably 2,000 photos at this event. You can see we have a right scroller here that it goes really, really deep. So we took a lot. And I think in this exact shot list, we actually didn't get any from this setting, but at a different setting in the house, we did get a bunch. And one of them ended up being a winner that Jesse used on every dating site. This beat all the other split tests that we did, but you get the idea. Here are the instructions that you can send to any photographer or, again, an editor if you don't have a budget for a photographer. So the idea is that they're going to have a high quality DSLR. So if you don't have a budget for a photographer, you can just post on Facebook groups. And sometimes you get a photographer who's new to a city and is trying to build out their contacts, or they want to build out their portfolio, so they'll shoot you for free. Or you can reach out on Facebook to your friends and find someone who is willing to do this for you. Again, if you don't have a budget, then going out with a friend who has an iPhone 11 and throwing it in portrait mode is fucking amazing. And the main concept here is you want to take burst mode shots in 4 separate settings and bring a couple outfits, ideally 3. And you literally want to end up with 1,000 photos that you both go through together, pick the top 5, ship that over to an editor, or hopefully the photographer himself has some editing background. If they don't, I go over later on in this video exactly how to get that done for $5 or $10. It's really, really cheap and amazing. So the ideas on the editing side for the top 5 photos that you select are really basic. So number 1, color correction. And a really important concept here is to not go overboard. The best editing jobs are the ones that look like no editing was done. So an idea here on color correction is this shot of Jesse. So these are his natural eye colors, but they were just brightened. And again, you can see here that there was some color correction done on his face and his skin. Really, really basic and high impact. So important that they get that message. Whitening teeth, super easy. Brightening eyes, showed you an example already. And fixing any weird background items. So there's actually not a really good example here, but I remember one shot that I did. We were going for a really rustic photo, and I think it was an alley in Venice Beach, California. And there was just some weird holes in the background behind me next to my head that detracted from my face. So we had someone smoothing that out. I think it's called content-aware smoothing in Photoshop or something like that. But it was done in 45 seconds. It's really easy. All right, so I also included a link to peterhurley.com. If you haven't watched the Photos Manifesto video yet, then you definitely need to do that because this guy is gold. He really nails exactly what you want to deliver with your eye contact and your eyes in photos. So if the photographer is not aware of this person, then definitely want to send them this link so they get an idea on the kind of power that you want to be delivering with your eye contact in the photos. So check this guy out if you haven't already. And I go over some shot lists here and exactly what you want to be doing for each shot list. So for every setting, just bring a couple different outfits and try to get casual versus formal clothing in the shot. Try to look away from the camera, smile, no smile, looking into the camera, smile, no smile. You're going to be doing this for every setting. And if you're worried about fashion, then let me present Exhibit A, Jesse. So in both of these shots, which have been his highest performing photos in all of his online dating profiles, he's wearing the exact same shirt. This is a Zara shirt, and I know this because we bought it together. A really great shirt. You don't get a lot of use out of them, but they're so cheap and they just fit your body really, really well. So if you don't have a Zara, Urban Outfitters is really good. But also you can pop into any high-end fashion store, and a lot of them have amazing return policies. So you can buy some stuff, try it out. They usually have a personalized shopper there for you, and you can go out, take some photos, and return whatever you don't like. So the shot list here is really basic, guys. You're going to do some indoors and some outdoors. You can see hand on face. Again, smiling, no smiling, looking away, looking at camera. You can see there's some jewelry here as well. He's using the same necklace in every photo. Again, that's super optional. You don't have to have jewelry, but it does add a little bit of flair into some of these casual shots, such as this one. This is a great shot. I have one of these in my profile as well. Just something casual with my dog, but if you don't have a dog, you can borrow a dog. I actually have friends borrowing my dog all the time for shots because my dog's super fucking hot. So definitely get something like that, but again, if you don't have one, it's optional. Just general casual shots are going to be amazing. And down here, I just included some general examples of Jesse and some really cool shots. This one's amazing with some background blur. All right, so moving back into our presentation, I'm going to talk about hiring the photographer. This is really easy. So if you live in a big metropolitan city, then you can just hop on Yelp or Google and grab someone from there. Honestly, that works even for smaller cities. We actually found our photographer in Belgrade, which is where you saw a lot of those shots taken, was found from Google. And I think we paid him $75 or $100. And if you can't find someone on Yelp or Google, then Facebook, again, is going to be a really good resource. So there's a ton of Facebook groups where you can post to find someone. And oftentimes you'll have a new photographer in town who, again, just wants to build a portfolio out, and they'll do it for free sometimes. So definitely utilize Facebook as much as possible. Or if you don't have a budget, then ask your friends and find someone with an iPhone 11 or any iPhone that has portrait mode. Even the latest Samsung Note phones are really good. So that's an option as well. And if you use a friend, then just hop on Fiverr. So it's fiverr.com, and it's a really good resource for hiring for just odd jobs in the $5 to $10 range. You can get some really amazing editors there for not a lot of money. And if you watch the 10x video, in fact, if you haven't, you seriously need to watch that. Then you'll know Upwork.com is also amazing, and you can hire a editor from Upwork. But for singular odd jobs where you just need something done one time and you're done, and it's not a continual relationship, then Fiverr.com is amazing. So in summary, guys, this is really easy. And if you're worried about this, then you're overthinking it, because you can do this in one day. Honestly, most of our shots were done in a 5-hour period, and then it was shipped off to editing and done. So take 1,000 shots, pick 5, send to an editor, and you are done. Good luck, guys.